Good morning and welcome to this edition of Joy News Interactive with me, Benes Abu Bedu. It's going to be an interesting show today as we discuss Dumsor and a new study that suggests if you stay around attractive women for too long, you could be harming your health. And we'll also talk about all that's trending on Twitter. Here's how to get interactive with us. Find us on Facebook. Our name is Joy News on TV. When you get there, the various issues we discuss here are posted there with the hashtag Joy News Interactive. Feel free to leave your comment, but please make them short and precise. And on Twitter, we are at Joy News on TV. Alternatively, you can send me a WhatsApp message on the number 0560 800,000 0560 800 000. So I thought we would never have to discuss this again, but we have to. And the last time we discussed Dumsor, we were wondering whether Dumsor was back or not. I remember I posted a video on Facebook asking you to tell me what the power situation was in your area. Remember that video? Yeah, well, authorities at the time told us Dumsor wasn't back. But now we can hide it, can we? I mean, from Ashaleboche to everywhere, Kaswa to Dansoman to Osu, we're all experiencing power outages, and we are being told by authorities to expect a load shedding timetable soon, which means that it's getting really serious here. Well, we've been speaking to some of you to tell us about your Dumsor experience, and you've also been telling us what you think about Dumsor on Facebook. So let's get onto Facebook, let's get onto the streets and find out what you've been saying about it.
Even yesterday when I got home, I was told since morning we're having a light off. So it just came around 6. Yeah. So the power outage, yes. Although it's not that like the initial stage, but maybe you go off about 12 hours. Some it goes off within an hour, it's back. So you don't know, you can't classify it as whether it is Dumsor or no, not Dumsor. But actually, we are experiencing the light out.
For the power outbreak, this morning when I was leaving home, it was even off whilst I was coming. And then yesterday night too, when I got home, where the lights were on and then all of a sudden it went off. So we even thought it's the prepaid which has got finished, but we saw that it was a light out. And we don't know. The government says they are solving it. They brought this huge, how do you call it? The thermal to do this thing to solve it, but it's still ongoing. We don't know why. We don't know what they are doing about it. But we pray that they solve it so that we all be in ease. We even think that while the soldiers are there, we are on the same lines with them. So there being a military area, we are going to experience some, good electricity, this thing. But even them in the barracks, they also experience the same thing. They also experience the same thing over there. So I don't know, them being government institution, we thought that it could also affect us. We also have a good benefit from it, but it's like, nowadays it's getting worse.
Oh, it's very bad, if I may say. It's very bad because day in and day out, lights have been going on. Even the whole of yesterday, I had a light out the whole day. It was the evening that it came. It's wet in the morning and it came later in the evening. It looks very stressful because sometimes you may be alone in the house and there's no power supply for you to entertain yourself with your telly or your gadgets in the house. So sometimes it feels very boring.
It happens most often that I can't tell, but let's say out of a week, it happens about 4 times out of a week. So bad. I can't bear. In fact, we don't like it at all. It just comes and goes sometimes. It goes on and off like that. And
What comes and goes?
The Dumsor. Yeah, the lights just comes in, goes out like that, and it's a very bad thing. It destroys our appliances in the house too.
It's more complicated to keep food to normal practice in the hospital. But we will deal with that.
Yeah, I live at Adenta, house and down. That was last week. From Wednesday, we had a light out, and because of that, I have to wake up dawn to iron everything before I'll come to work. Minor works around that barbering shop and other things. Because of that, when you go there, they will tell that they don't have light, and as well as they don't have generator. So when you go, they have to take some. That's why I did my shape without cutting down the hair because of the Dumsor. So I think it is affecting some people over there.
Well, some talk about how they're not able to refrigerate their food. Others talk about getting a bad haircut because there's no light. Let's get onto Facebook to find out what you've been saying about your Dumsor experience. And Prince Bank says Ghana is a country that specializes in solving its problems with words, propaganda, and lies. Unfortunately, however, we could not sell it to nature. When you lie to the spider, you lie to yourself. And Habibu Ali says, tell us that you couldn't pay Nigeria. That's why they're not supplying us with gas, instead of telling lies against some militants. Okay, he's talking about one of the reasons why we've had to cut load is because we're not getting gas from Nigeria amidst other issues with our power producers. And Idris Siddiq says, no doubt this is one of the weaknesses of John Mahama's NDC government. KD Wonder says, we die finish. They should take their tariff back and bring the light. I say, so KD Wonder is talking about the new the announcement by government that they're going to subsidize electricity tariffs. And Gustep Kweku Mensa Ahina Kwa says, upon all these huge bills, we can't even enjoy light for even a week. Says hashtag better Ghana indeed. And Umar Harun says, when you put up a house with saliva, it will be pushed down by dew. I'm getting some interesting quotes today on Facebook. This one says the government is incompetent and simply needs to be voted out. That's what he thinks. And Kai Dabi from Koforidua writes, this government is not ready to battle electricity crisis. How can a government be prepared to pay judgment debt and are willing to pay off debts own and gas? He sighs and says, anyway, if you give bad food to your stomach, it drums for you to dance. What's happening today on Facebook? This is the third proverb I'm reading. Interesting. Mama Bakuja says the company has in the new tariffs introduced the subsidies that were approved by Parliament earlier this year, ECG said in a statement, and he's adding better. So, well, people are saying we would rather pay more and get constant electricity supply than pay less and get Dumsor. What do you think? What's your opinion? And Lamte Chi says this Dumsor of a thing. And he says just yesterday night, somebody wearing an army singlet tore my window net, removed and stole your phone. And well, your message is a bit confusing, but he didn't succeed because there's no light. Everywhere was dark. Okay. So, are you saying that Dumsor is good for you or is bad for you? I don't get it. But Mohammed Hassim Bature says, hope so, Mr. Jinapo, and says Alice Guidance. And Salif One had said, nice to hear this, Mahama Pipa. And Charles Bukari says, exactly, it's back. And Salif Michael is crying again. And Obed Hammond is saying, hey, I'm sure there's a lot of shock to it. But let's get on to WhatsApp to pick a few of your messages. This one is from Daikan in Tachiman, and he's saying Dumsor is good. Trust me. What is good about Dumsor? Just let us know. We're curious because I don't like Dumsor. I don't. This one says the last time there was Dumsor, my computer at work got spoiled, and this is from Orabe Edward Shibra Pharmacy in Konongo. Really sorry about that. But a lot of people are counting their cost as Dumsor has destroyed a lot of properties, and but probably you should get a way of safeguarding your gadgets from, some of these things. This one is from Ibrahim in Damongo, and you say the government must be changed. And this one says, I wonder why information has been coming from, I listened to the spokesman from ECG, says there wasn't any need for such a timetable because the current situation is just a temporal challenge. What you describe as Dumsor is relative because my lights have been on since, and he says tete. Those of you who don't understand tete means since time immemorial. And okay, so he says in his municipality the lights go off at a specific time to ensure children. Then okay, Berma Kubaji, get onto myjoyonline.com. We have a story that quotes Honorable John Chinapo saying what we are talking about now, so you can get onto myjoyonline.com to read it for yourself. This one says, may the good Lord help us, Ghana Dumsor not again. And this This one said, Dumsor has come back like Kakai. This is Hukash Muntari in Kitakrachi. Thanks for your message. And this one says, you're just good at professing virtual solutions to real issues for purposes of votes. Our leaders just need to be truthful for once, and Ghana would be a better place. This is from Yakubu Ibn Chambers in Wale. A lot of your comments coming in. This one says, hashtag Mahama Masko. This is Kala from Saula. And you say the government is not capable of managing the situation. And he says, Dumsor for 4 years. He sighs. Says, Ghana after 56 years, he says change is coming, and that's his opinion. And this one says, Bahama, when are you going to tell Ghanaians the truth? And this is Janet from Chifo Praso. And this one says, Dumsor is not over. With the short-term solutions they always offer, the government should tell us the truth and stop lying for votes. And you are Lex City from Bogos. So I know Dumsor is a big issue, so I should expect that a lot of your comments will come in. This one says, oh, okay, I know what you're talking about. Don't worry, we'll get to that. We'll get to that pretty soon. And Kwao Yale says, in fact, this government is confused. Instead of paying off some of its debts, it's rather subsidizing. Well, there also comes another argument. Why don't you pay ECG then if you have money to subsidize? But let's move away from that. Who doesn't want to be around anything beautiful? Well, I do. I love a beautiful home, beautiful people. A beautiful car will do. So, gentlemen, I have some, should I say, bad news for you now. Just 5 minutes alone with an attractive female raised the levels of cortisol, that's the body stress hormone, according to a study from the University of Valencia. Now, the effects are heightened in men who believe that the woman in question is out of their league. Now, that particular hormone is produced by the body when it's under physical or psychological stress, and it has been linked to heart disease. So get it. It means that the more you stay around an attractive woman, the more the hormone is released, and the more you get stressed, the higher the risk of getting a heart disease. So the correlation is, if you stay too close to an attractive woman, you're probably going to die early. That's not good news for me, if you ask me. But we've been speaking to some of you on the streets, and you've been telling us really, really interesting things. Let's hear what you have to say.
I remember when I was in Ivory Coast last 3 years, I met a lady that came to our church, a very beautiful lady. Her name was Mary, that's Ivory Coast name. And when I saw this lady, I saw something in her. And I said, in fact, this is my ideal woman. But the class that she was not the where I was. Like, he was a kind of lady that spent a lot. But for us, being a man of God and a pastor, you don't have to spend. And it's a type of club lady. But one thing that I love about her is that she really loved to hear the word of God. She really loved to pray. But the only problem I have with her is the club things and other things. But now my ideal woman is somebody who is, we used to say that beauty lies to the eyes of the beholder. So to me, I want a lady who is more into Christian things, not into worldly things, more spiritual, and with the shape, with the color that I love. And I think that's
the notion is that, I mean, when you meet TikTok guys, they prefer smallish ladies. And I think all the TikTok guys that I know, yeah, you see their wives and you see that it's true. So to me, I like the smallish type, natural, the easygoing type.
Sometimes, if I were a beautiful lady or woman, and even when she's going out, you may be thinking that another man will snatch her out. And then she needs most items to keep her outfit. So at the end of the day, you'll be spending much and then you'll be thinking a lot as well. I've had one encounter like that. And actually the lady nearly fell in love, but it was later on that she left. but we couldn't make any proper movements.
Actually, no. But then I would say, out of what friends have been saying, some of them go like they meet a girl and then, I mean, they want to hang out with a girl, but they see the girl to be so classy. Normally, these girls, I mean, their requests and things they want, the guys always go like, it's too classy, they can't afford it. But most girls also like such things, so it makes guys not. I mean, they don't have the zeal to get close to the ladies. I mean, express how they feel towards them. So it goes like now. So whomsoever that has money is the one that, I mean, move the big girls and nice girls in town. Now, if you're not beautiful, I mean, if you're not beautiful, that's what the perception of guys now. If you're a lady and you're not beautiful, that one guys can come. I mean, hang around with you. But if you look so classy, guys are always scared to get close. I think it's very bad. It's very bad. Who knows? Because of this perception, guys, maybe a lady in need. I mean, a lady that wants to hang around with a guy will also like to. I mean, like a guy to approach her, but because of that perception we guys also have, so we wouldn't like to approach a lady that is very beautiful.
I consider that the beauty is not in the outside but in the inside, so it doesn't matter if you look beautiful or not, but it's like more about like other qualities like intelligence, how you behave, how you are. I think it's because of the media that you are considered to be always perfect, and that's actually not necessary. I mean, you always have to look beautiful for the things, but it's not necessary at all.
I was a God-fearing girl and she was a lady. As a matter of fact, she was once a mate with me, but then later on I dropped down and she went up. So as he went up, I couldn't believe myself to be there. So I'm just dropping, but then any time I correspond with her, she's cool with me and those stuff, but then I don't know if everything is going to be all right someday. I'm still dreaming about her to achieve her, but then I don't know about someday. Maybe someday she's going to be mine. That's it.
What do you...
Interesting comments. I told you. Now, before that break, you had some gentlemen, well, of course, and a lady talking about the type of woman they consider out of their league. Now, the reason I was interested in that expression, out of their league, was because this study we are discussing suggests that the case is heightened, or there's more pressure on men to get stressed when they're around women who are out of their league, or women they consider too classy for them. And your comments here on WhatsApp, a million of them. I can't read all of them, so I'm just going to try to just sample a few. This one says it's true, but men also, when we are handsome, the women would have a health problem. This is Orabedu from Dasebra Pharmacy in Konongo. This one says, well, oh, I am the one person you love to watch because I'm very beautiful. Does that mean I'm killing you slowly? Harry from Takwa. I don't think so. I've not said I agree with the study. We are only discussing. You are the guy. You should tell me, do you get stressed when you're around a beautiful lady? Just let me know what you have to say. This one says, if indeed beautiful women can be harmful, and then all joy news guys, both workers and viewers, will be dead by now because of the beauty of the likes of, okay, oh, myself, Aisha, Miss G, etc. Okay, thank you very much, Hikash Muntari from Ketakrachi. And this one is from, Okay, I don't know what that one means, but this one says, Bedis, you are not by this telling me to stop watching you, otherwise I would get infected so easily. Who would go for an attractive person when an attractive one is there? Tell the researcher, I would rather die than go for something unappetizing. Any woman who is attractive is in my dictionary, and this is from Berima Kubaji in Jenny. And this one says, okay, I know you won't read this, but I want to tell you, oh, thank you. Thank you, Cedric from University of Cape Coast. And this one says, please, it's really true. I had an experience days ago. Share it with us. Why did you stop? I want to know. Do you get stressed, guys, when you're around a beautiful lady? Well, a new study suggests that the hormone that is responsible for stress is released anytime a guy or a gentleman is around a beautiful woman. And it's heightened when they're around women who they consider not in their league. Well, let's get on to Facebook. Interesting comments here. Dankwa Louis Kadi says, oh, everything is bad in this scientific era. Next time it will be ugly women. If these scientists have nothing to research about, they should spare us and stop causing fear and panic day in, day out. I know this is causing some fear and panic already here on WhatsApp. Slim Oscar Jifa says, it's only dumb people who would have their health at risk. Why should you be stressed by merely spending few minutes with a beautiful lady? He says, I shock enter girls' dormitory. Okay, Stephen Nana Aiso sighs and says, then unattractive women will be the antidote for stress. Doreen Ashibo Mensa says, if you're alluding to a beautiful woman, put a photo of Lady Julia, Nana Kunedi with Theresa K, not this plastic surgery induced or any kind of so-called beautiful. And she says, okay, Doreen, and all of you who are complaining about that photo that comes along with the story. The story was shared, and so what you see on Facebook is actually a link to the story on Telegraph. So we didn't put the photo there, it's already with it. So, well, we couldn't put our own beautiful with it. Asari Emmanuel says, who determines what is beautiful? I think all women are beautiful. The concept of beauty is relative. It emanates from the observer and his angle of observation. And Eric Castle Sadi says, it's a problem, or scientists will kill us. And then Salifu Michael says, this scientist must come again. And Mahama Bakojo says, maybe scientists would have said that makeup that we men put on them to look attractive contains chemicals which is bad for the health. Says, my brothers, you should see this. Interesting over there. Then Habibu Ali says, then my dear ugly girls, be prepared. We are coming for you. A lot of interesting comments coming. This one says, guys are afraid of classy ladies. They have the perception that the classy ladies mingle with some class of men, not knowing those ladies are really in need of a normal guy to be with. Okay, so this is coming from a gentleman. He's called Apia Prince, sending us this from Takra. Don't ask me how that happened. I have no idea. But a few comments here before we leave. This one says, Venice is very true. Not necessarily being around them, but even watching them on TV, you're a clear example. Do I stress you out? That's bad news. I hope I don't bring you stress, because I hope to bring you a lot of life and love. This one says, I'm real biggie from Obuasi. It's a matter of understanding. And he says, nice video. Thank you very much. And this one is actually a comment to the video. This one said, yes, especially when I spend an hour with you, I'll be admitted at the hospital for a year. Oh, Ransford, I'm sorry, but I hope to bring you a lot of love and life. And on that excited note, we end this edition of Joy News Interactive. Please don't forget the conversation continues on all our social media platforms. On Facebook, we are Joy News on TV. Same name will find us on Twitter and Instagram. Alternatively, you can send us a WhatsApp message on the number 0560-800-1000. You can send us a picture, a video, anything you like to share with the rest of the world. And so go out there, spread some love, and don't get stressed. My name is Benis Abubedu. Take care.